OMF. Yeah, that's right.
And let me go through the, as of now, I'm discussing only the IVR section. Okay. Maybe
Okay.
for the other section, we can discuss later, just to
Sure.
get an understanding on that.
Yeah,
So this is the IVR call flow, high level IVR call flow. Hi, Vishal.
that's it. I wish I.
It's good that you have joined. Okay.
Hi, hi, Yusuf.
So this is the IVR call flow wherein I can see in the OMF, we have 8 options. 4 options are the direct transfer. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Uh, First one, fourth one, and seventh and eighth. Loss stolen, dispute, change pin, and account information. These are the 4 options where we further have submenus. But again, out of which on some of them we are transferring the call.
Yes.
Let me go to lost and stolen. In the lost and stolen case, we have the lost and stolen intent where samples are like lost, compromised, stolen. I'm not sure. In all 4 samples, we are taking the customer consent that card has to be blocked, and then we are transferring the call to agent. There is no
Correct.
integration here, right?
Yeah.
So this is the plain call flow. And in the next case, account information. Here we are playing the account balance after collecting the 16-digit account number. And we further have 2 options: pay my bill and what is my balance. What is my balance? Again, it's one of the same thing. We have already played back the balance after getting the account number. Pay my bill is the another option, but I don't see any integration here. Like we have 2 options in the pay my bill, phone and mail. In phone, I don't see any integration. And in customer, like if customer reply via email, then we are sending him, playing back the address where he has to mail for the payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And if I go to the scope, let me go to the scope here. So here we are saying, we have 2 self-service option. So self-service, I would consider as a like where we have a payment option, but it's not clear like we have any integration available to make the payment.
Yeah.
This is not clear. Okay. And we have 2 things like, here IVR will authenticate the caller, where in most of the cases we are asking 16-digit card number and the zip code is for announcing back the address, I guess,
Yeah.
to pay by mail. I think this is for that, right?
Yeah. Should be for that.
Okay. I'm going back to Excel again. Okay. So here we are considering like number of IVR call flow is 1. We have 1 IVR only. And DTMF, we don't have any option in the DTMF.
It's
And
not a DTMF. It's a directed dialogue.
it's a directed dialog.
That's why we put
It's
not applicable
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So if it is a directed dialog, is it already built on Nuance Mix or it is on Nice? That is not clear.
One sec. It should be on Nuance only.
Hmm.
This is OMF, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
OMF is on
OMF.
Nuance makes credit. So
Yeah,
there is an Excel sheet that Jaspreet has shared. Not sure if
yeah,
you have seen it or not. Just let me
yeah,
share my
yeah.
screen.
I have seen that. But again, from the application architecture front, okay, we have 2 use case here. One is nice application, which is used for the integration purposes, and another one is the Nuance Mix application used only for the dialog module perspective. So
Okay.
what is the current application architecture? Whether the current application architecture can be used for further amendments or further changes, or we need to change the architecture. That we need to check by going through the application architecture, current application architecture.
Okay. So that would I think come under the discovery, right? You
Hmm,
mentioned that there would be a
correct.
discovery.
I will mention that in the discovery. Hi, Deepak. Good afternoon. Okay, so in case voice bot is present, here we are talking about the intent. Like, what are the intent going to be? We have mentioned as a 10 intent. As of now, we have 8 options.
We've taken two buffer and put it as
Okay.
10.
Okay. So this number has been given by us, or it's a TP?
It's by us. It's
It's by
purely
us.
based on our assumptions.
Okay. Okay. So this is the like high level estimation, wherein we can say the intent are in number of count is 10, entity count is 15, the API count is 4. This is how we can give the estimation. The same calculation we can use for IVR development. And this has been shared by Dilip earlier. And he has created 4 bucketing. 1 second, let me show you that sheet as well. These are the 4 buckets he has created: small, medium, large, and very large. Okay. This is for voice IVR application effort. And he said the same effort estimation we can use for uh, chatbot also, in case we are using Nuance chatbot.
Okay. So this voice can be reused for Nuance chatbot. All right.
Correct. Correct.
And what is this chatbot below that for each intent?
This one,
Above that.
uh, s- line number 11. Yeah, this one
Yeah,
you're talking about.
11. Yeah, 11, 12.
Yeah, this he has mentioned as a separate chatbot section, but same can be used. This one can be used based on the like number of intents and all. The same calculation can be referred.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. So a few more things like this is the
So,
rough.
Ravi,
Yeah,
just
Deepak.
to reiterate, these are development and unit and integration efforts, right?
Correct.
These
Correct.
does not talk about design requirements and other stuff. So let us be
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
clear on that. So
Yeah.
because
It's
the efforts we have arrived, the intent per hour per intent is under the assumption that the design is foolproof and design is finalized and everything is done. Before that,
correct.
requirement should be finalized. If we are, if we are working in the same mode as ADCB, where the requirement comes as we do development, this whatever the effort estimate we have provided here will double for sure. Let us be very clear on that. Setu, Vijay, or whoever it is. Vijay is not here.
You're saying it will be doubled.
Yeah, because these are arrived based on the design is foolproof and design is finalized. Nothing should deviate beyond that. We have seen the efforts, right? Per intent, we have called out 1 hour. Per API, we have called out 2.5 hours. So if it is going to be like they will give efforts as and when it comes a requirement, we will not be able because our design changes and our flow changes
See,
and everything
so this
changes.
is what the approach, the even see there are many ways we can do it, right? One is I think yesterday you were not there. So what I was saying in certain cases where we don't have the clarity, what we do is we will put saying that okay, this kind of complex project may take let's say 8 months, 8 months, three resources, one architect, something like that. Then we'll put the overall hours, what is across all the resources. That's the one approach, right? The
Yes.
second thing, let's say we have some 60 to 70% clarity, right? Estimate based on that. Then put some no risk factor associated with that. Say that we may consider 20% buffer, and then we can put exact number of hours we factored for the particular scope of work. We'll say to the customer that beyond anything, right, it will be a CR.
Yeah.
So
So
Baljeet,
the
Baljeet was telling that,
problem with
yeah,
60 to
Baljeet was
70 percentage is 60 to 70% is the unknown 30%. If it impacts our existing 60 percentage, you will spend more efforts. So we can talk internally, Setu, but we can never go and quantify that to customer. And no customer accepts that today. That's the world we are
No,
in.
no, what Birjit was telling me that we will go out with an approach because of a lot of areas we have a clarity issues and everything. We will take an approach of giving, saying that with the this much understanding, this much the our understanding, and this is the based on the understanding, this is the estimation. Anything go beyond this, or no, there is a deviation in the scope of work or something, we will raise it as a CR later upon the time, right? But our
We are
understanding
raising
is very
CR.
clear.
Yeah, if you are raising CR, I'm good. But the
Yeah, yeah.
reality of what is happening in today's projects, take for instance ADCB. He has missed certain things in call flow, and right
Because that
Friday is
approach
coming and
was
asking.
correct, Deepak. That approach, the estimation approach was totally different in that case. That's what I'm trying to say. The estimate which we no the approach we took in every GB was kind of completely into a fixed kind of approach. There are absolutely no scope for the CR in that. That's the way Santosh made that no estimation, right? With some, but he put some hidden buffer and here and there that I know very clearly. Even including training, he put some here and there and lot of buffer in that. So likewise, we need to do some approach here, right? My suggestion is let's not worry about CR now, or let's not worry about the additional effort perspective. Let's put the clear understanding of where are we today with respect to solution, right? That is very, very important. But my reading yesterday from the call that everybody is searching in the dirty water, trying to find out a fish, right? That is not the right way, right? Everybody has a view, elephant view. Ah, this is what it is. Then other person say, this is what the understanding, right? But there's no concrete directions. No, I didn't see that in the call yesterday, right? So that's where my worry here. We will continue like this for another 1 week, 2 weeks. It will ended up having open-ended discussions and conversation. Nowhere we'll reach the end point, right? So change that perception first of all. Put it in such a way that we have, if it is 80% clarity, let's put say that we have 80% clarity only. What is that 30% we need to, or 20% we need to quantify that to the people, right? That we are not there now. Is I don't think any of these
Right
person
now,
person
even now, what Ravi is saying is whatever he has shown is one intent, one API, this much effort, this much effort. Because we are doing that because we don't have the call flow, we don't know the extent of the call flow. So it's like we are estimating each menus and host
But
interfaces.
why my
That's what.
understanding is for the project, no, that we have 3 or 4 project, we have a clear understanding of, or we have a clear call flow, isn't it, Farooq?
No, 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 Setu.
No.
We don't. We just have it at a very high level. Some of them we don't even have that. So we have taken some assumptions and prepared our Excel sheet.
Setu,
Setu,
this is what I have been saying from day one.
in fact, it was not with the teleperformance as well. In the previous calls, they said due to since we don't have a FIS access or they don't have the access, they are not able to identify the all of
So
the options.
what is
It
this
will
sheet called IVR call flow details? The middle one.
this one I have created based on the document, this BID, based on the high level call flow which we have received. I'll show you. I think you have shared the
Yeah,
link.
It's
this
open. It's open, right? PDF.
It's open. Okay. Yeah, this one. So this is the high level call flow. Okay. If you could see, we have 8 options. 8 option means 8 intent. Okay.
yeah.
So here
So
4 option is a direct transfer, and out of
mm,
which another 4 are again some of them are transfer, where customer says
mm.
account information and uh, the 1 second, I'll show you that as well. These are the 2 options we have, which where we have self-service. But balance info, I can understand. Okay, we are pulling the balance based on the customer account number or 16-digit account number. But how many APIs we are hitting, that is not clear in the call flow. In one of the API, like we are verifying the account number, and in another API, based on the after verification, we are might be pulling the account balance also. So I'm just thinking we have two APIs here. Okay, or largely pay bills. In pay bills, we further have like I'll show you. In account information, we have two options. One is playing back the account balance, another one is pay my bill. In pay my bill, we have further have two options: pay by phone, pay by mail. In pay by email, we are playing back the mailing address where call a customer can mail the payment. Pay by phone, again, they are playing error message based on the current call flow. But where is the self service then? This is not mentioned. I need to check how we are making a payment via phone. Is there any service available? What that service is doing? If I go to that call flow now, so I'll show you. This is lost stolen. This is account information. Here you can check, right? We after customer replies phone, then we can't process your payment by phone since we don't have outstanding balance. So there is no information given related to that API. So it is not clear, right?
Okay.
These are
So
high
But
level
what
flows, Shweta.
but what
These
you
are
what you
high level
feel? What
call
are the
tree. This
yeah,
is
options?
these
not
are
even
No,
flow.
correct.
no.
These are high
Let's put
level.
it this way. Let's put it. The customer didn't give that. Okay, fine.
So
Why now
basically,
we have seen many contact center scenarios similar to this, isn't it? Right?
yeah,
What is
we
now
have
consider the topmost complex scenario here and go ahead with that. Say that okay, this might be there. Think about that scenario. Put the effort according to that.
yeah agree. So based on that, see if you could see this sheet, I'm considering as a 4 API. Two for pay by
Yeah,
phone, two for account information. So I'm just going on the high level. But again,
yeah. Let me
there
ask
could
you
be
this
a buffer
question,
also.
Deepak, IDFC might have
Yeah.
same scenario, or any bank, ADG might have same scenario. How many API transactions no we considered there or we deployed there?
Yeah, we can take it on a high level, Chetu.
Or farmers,
So
farmers is
right
because since it's
now,
a
yeah,
conversational API, how many
don't bring
transactions
up
we can
farmers.
consider maximum? Yeah.
Please don't bring up farmers. Okay, farmers is something entirely screwed up. So this based on the high level call tree that Ravi has today, he has put it, come up with this. I would not even say effort. It's an estimation sheet, right? It's an estimation sheet.
Right.
Based on this, based on this, you can extrapolate. So if the complexity increases by inputting the number of APIs and number of intents, you can say, or you can go ahead with an SOW with we will do 20 intents, 35 APIs, one call flow.
Quantify
We
that.
can do,
Yeah, quantify that.
yeah, something
Correct.
like that you
Correct.
can give. And if any call flow exceeds or decreases, the thing is certain call flow will have decreases. So customer will ask us to adjust. And those back and forth transaction we need to do. Another thing is
Correct.
whatever Ravi has shown is, if my understanding is correct, only we do have 20 to 30 percentage of the business flows. We have not seen 70 percentage of the business flows and what are all the underlying complexities that comes into that. So that's our
No,
worry.
I
So certain
Deepak, I
flows.
agree on the complexity. I agree there is no clarity. But the problem here is we cannot stuck like this and nowhere ending, right? We are
Mm,
keep on repeating the same thing for the last 1 week.
okay,
You got my
and just
point.
1 week,
And where is the
last 1 week,
solution for? There
whatever.
should be some way forward, right? I'm not seeing anyone is putting that way forward somewhere. Everybody is talking about there is a issue. Arpit is talking one direction, and our all people talking one direction. Belgius has one direction, Farooq has one direction, right? I'm not seeing a single direction how to end this exercise. You got my point. So we have to put some
Okay.
some exercise for ending this, and close this part, right? That's what I'm saying. We have, let's say, 30% understanding of the call. I don't know what discovery we have made so far. It's been going for the 4 5 months now. That's what my understanding. What was the outcome of discovery? I don't know. But currently we are in this situation like we don't have a clarity on 80%, maybe 20% we have a clarity. Let's say 20% call flow we have. Wherever we have high level flow, you put a some visualization there saying that considering this nature of the environment, nature of business of these people, FIS, again it's a financial services, right? And we have done a many banking call flows. And take one of the complex scenario, consider the effort according to that.
Okay. So that where Ravi has already done. That's how that go back to that
I
medium
think
complex and
Deepak, maybe like so far, whatever the session has been conducted with daily performance and the like sheet which Farooq has prepared, we can go ahead and prepare one assumption sheet. These are the list of
Mhm.
assumptions we have, and this is the list of intent we have. If in case we have like 5 API, 10 API, considering the complexity, these are the timelines. This is how we can go and
Yeah,
proceed further.
yeah.
And each
Wherever
case,
you
you know,
feel okay, we
Ravi,
need to.
Ravi, Sethu, sorry to disturb.
yeah,
See,
hi
there
Dilip.
are four such scenario discussed, right? Small, medium, large, very large. We have given the split up of efforts. We have given the split up of timelines for all those things. So now, yeah, exactly, right? Now, if you want a large and something like middle of large and very large with the number, you can just change this Excel, try to get efforts. How the efforts, for example, 1200 is split up as requirement is 10%, design is 12%. That split also given. Assume that we have two developers, three developers. I have given one rough schedule as well. So now we are assuming whatever is possible with the available data, because I agree, like what says, so we cannot keep on waiting for inputs and wait indefinitely. So we have assumed whatever could be, because we don't know, frankly, nobody knows, right? So we are trying to categorize whatever app comes, we'll categorize one among the four. If something in between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4 or beyond 4, something else come up, we can use similar formula to come up estimates. Now, uh, this is the current state. So now just go ahead. What additionally, because I saw some of your questions from Farooq, so I'm ready to answer, and then we'll move on. Because again, putting on efforts and schedule with assumptions and more assumptions and more assumptions, it's hardly going to change the efforts or number beyond a point. Maybe 10
Correct,
hours here and there.
correct. This is where I am saying, Dilip, that we have to make a full stop somewhere, right? Uh, See, one is very clear. We are not going to get single more clarity from customer. All of you are on the same page. There is
Yes.
no point
Yes.
of beating the bush again and again. It is not going to happen. It's clear. Then we have only the option to consider the assumptions, and now based on our experience, put the complexity in place and quantify that also. We have to present in such a way that this is the limitation, this is the scope limitation we have considered in this. Anything go beyond will be that is the budget call or not that we will discuss the budget, but at least quantify that this is what we factored. We factored not this many complex scenarios, we factored number of APIs. Put that assumption and go out with that estimate.
Yep.
So, okay. Uh, Farooq, to another set of questions which I feel I need to answer, right? You have
Yeah.
asked for a difference between conversational as well as non-conversational, or in a other way, dialogue based, right? Directed dialogue. See, for that question perspective, the effort may not change from our perspective, but for conversational grammars, we need to depend on nuance. We won't or we can't do that particular grammar development. Deepak,
Even
correct
even
me.
even for mix.
Conversational part, yes, we have to depend on them only.
Okay.
Because the client can speak anything, right? Directed dialogue means anything which we are not expecting, we treat it as invalid input and we can move on. But that is not the same case as conversational AI or conversational IVR. I'm not using AI. So
In mix we can do in mix we can have training phrases defined for intents ourselves. Mix is not something that we will need. They are speech scientists or other things. Mix we can do ourselves.
we can do.
But if you are talking about speech tuning and other stuff, we will not be able to do. So we can do the initial configurations and initial development and intent definitions and all with the training phrases and that stuff. That we can do. So we have done even for this bank master, we have done.
Okay.
So
But
Dilip,
if it
the
is about
entity,
tuning, we won't do.
yeah. So that entity creation is basically the conversational part again. Like from one sample, we can pull out certain entities. Like, example is I want to make a 200 rupees payment, or I want to transfer 200 rupees from saving to checking account. So this is how like conversation goes. In case customer has provided two, we have to ask another one. So that we can do in the mix.
Okay.
Uh,
See,
the,
we also did some similar samples, but to be honest, we haven't implemented in any full scale implementation. But Deepak is saying he has done in Bang Muscat. So, I
yeah.
mean, we can take that as yes and move on. But from effort perspective, I don't think that will be any bigger addition or removal of efforts.
Okay, we can assume that both of them will have equal amount of efforts in it, whether it is
Farooq, maybe I'll check with the BM developer who has developed that grammar.
sure.
Maybe if there is a add-on, then I will add it today itself.
Yeah, maybe around 25 hours you may
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
add something around that. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Sorry, I got another call. What was this regarding? Sorry.
Now, if it's grammar development, we can do what would be the approximate effort that would need, Deepak?
Okay.
Deepak, maybe I'll
Something.
show this effort to Prakash, and if in case
Yeah,
we need to
yeah.
add some buffer, we can add it.
Sure. It's about adding training phrases like for the dialogue part, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Not dialogue. Okay.
Basically, for one intent, we need to add n number of samples. Like if we
Correct.
have, in
Correct.
one sample, if we are three entities, then factorial we need to count like 3 into 2 into 1. So that is how we need to increase the time. I'll check with
Yeah.
Prakash and I will amend that sheet today itself.
Sure.
Okay. So one another question from Farooq. Cisco 12.6 feasibility with Nuance gatekeeper, right?
Right. Yeah,
Farooq?
right.
So I spoke about this with Deepak. There are two kinds of voice authentication. One is active and another is passive. So I think it's feasible with active. For passive, we need to do something. Is what Deepak told. So Deepak, can you just confirm that?
He's on hold, I think.
Oh,
So
oh
no,
my.
no problem, no problem. Anyways, the LOB that is having Cisco is at a lesser priority. Right now, we are targeting ones which have Nuance and Nice as the ACD and IVR stack. So, but anyways, if active is possible, then we'll put that caveat in that it has to be
No,
achieved by
no,
app.
no. Even passive is also possible, but we need to tweak something, is what I understood. It's so
Okay,
technically it's possible. Active is very much possible. Passive, some tweak needs to be
it
done
needs some
on.
additional customization.
Yeah, something on Cisco front. I don't know the exact technical terms, but that's what I discussed with Deepak yesterday. So you can add that.
Okay, thanks. And one more question. I know the answer will be no, but what about the languages like Spanish and French?
for
We can do only
conversation.
English. We can do only English. Spanish and French can be done with a. We need a speech, the language expert, linguistic expert in that. But we can do the development part of it. But all these training phrases and other stuff, we should add cost for that linguistic person.
Okay.
Deepak, for the Cisco 12.6 integration, I was just saying active is possible. For passive, you said you need to do something, right? Can you just say what it is?
So passive. So Setu, the passive. We need to do a separate fork from the SBC or voice gateway. That is something we need to check. It can be doable. But active, it's like a record element in CVP. We will record and send the audio data as a base64 to the Nuance API. That can be done. But for passive, that's a separate fork from the voice gateway. That is something we need to check.
This is with Nuance, right? Okay. So
Nuance,
we have done
gatekeeper.
similar thing
Nuance
for
gatekeeper.
Google, right? Yeah, we have done similar with Google, right? I don't think there will be issue.
Right.
Google is different, Setu. Google, we have
No,
done
it's the same
dialog
concept,
flow.
no? Media forking. Yeah, media forking only, no?
No, Google is not media forking. Google is like from the VVB, they take the media and send that via gRPC. That VVB takes care, not the voice gateway.
Sorry, we did with the core.ai, right? That media forking.
Core, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Okay,
core we did
yeah,
media forking. Yes.
okay,
Ideas.
okay, okay.
Hi,
So
Arpita.
for now, you can mention as feasible for but something
With
needs to be
customization.
done for
Okay.
No,
passive. Yeah,
you can say passive needs confirmation. Active can
active
be done.
can be done. Thanks, Deepak.
Yeah.
And similarly, agent assist also you asked about languages, right? Farooq,
Yeah.
these
Yes.
are all the key questions. I'm just, for benefit of everyone, I'm putting it across. So again, agent assist also, English is the core thing. Spanish and French, I am not aware actually whether it's possible. Even I searched the internet and Nuance agent assist. It never mentioned anything about languages. It's only talk about the recognizer languages. If we talk about entire thing, then it should be possible. But per se, agent assist product wise, they haven't given anything explicitly.
Okay. Arpita, do you have any queries for this?
Dilip, this is you're talking about language support or is a functionality itself?
Come again, Sedu. Sorry.
This is you're talking about the live, agent assist functionality itself with Nuance or it's a specific language support?
No, he asked only about the language.
Okay, which language we are looking for?
Spanish
French
and
and
French.
Spanish.
Spanish, okay.
I said there is no specific mention in of any language other than English. So that's why I may get back to you. I can talk with one of the Nuance experts and I can come back on that. But at this point, it looks like it's English support, but I can cross check and come back. I have already taken that as an action item from me. I'll get back to you on that.
Thanks, Eddie.
So with respect to the features for Agent Assist, Farooq, did you give a walkthrough of all the features that are required?
Not yet. Ravi was just discussing on the
So
IVR.
Farooq, maybe like what all solutions we have, we can discuss one by one, like in the voice to messaging. If
Yeah.
there is a requirement of nuance, we can discuss that. We can go
Yeah.
one by one.
Sure. So coming to the first solution, that is voice to messaging. So basis what TP's requirement is that there could be an option to deflect the voice call to an SMS channel or a WhatsApp channel. So that's where we are bringing this into the IVR. So we have to identify some nodes where the digital deflection can take place.
This
All
is
the
deflection when they are in queue, when they are
yeah
calling in, right?
when they are calling. So they
But
want
when
to
they are
There
in
are
basically
four
queue,
scenarios. Deepak, there are four scenarios. The moment the IVR gets a call, first
okay,
option after welcome message, we say we are also available on chat channel. Would you like to take up this
okay,
conversation over digital? If they say yes, you send out an SMS with the URL to chat.
okay,
Second option
okay.
is when you see the customer is traversing to a very long self-service option, like for example, registering claims or something, which is a long to and fro process.
Mhm.
At the starting of that, this is a longer journey. Would you like to take it over a digital channel? Third is where the customer is
so
trying a lot of end of the transaction. They have identified, they would say in future they can interact over the digital channel, or when they are transferring to the agent, they can transfer to digital channel. And fourth option is
So
during the
this
long queues.
second and third, sorry, the second and third is defined points in the call flows, not
Yes,
something that is something an outcome of any function or anything. It's a defined
correct.
point in the call flow, right? Okay, yeah. As long
And
as it's
fourth
a
is again,
defined point, yeah, we're good.
yeah. We will have to, so as part of the discovery for that, which are those defined points, we'll find out.
Hmm.
We have added the discovery scope for that.
Okay.
And fourth one is a long queue wait. If the wait time is more than say 5 minutes, with the whatever threshold they decide, we put the node to deflect.
So
So,
what voice platform is this?
nice CX.
Cisco.
nice. And Nuance. No, there is no
Nice.
Cisco
Hmm.
right now. In the current efforts the team will share, will only be nice ACD, IVR, and Nuance mix as a AI solution.
So it's because of this in-queue routing, right? That has to be something that has confirmed from NICE guys who are working on it. Whether that's possible, we can deflect to a different channel or something. So
So
it
we don't
has
have any
nothing.
representative of NICE in this call.
Vishal had joined, but I think it dropped.
But Arpita, just one quick question. In the initial
Hmm.
phase of discussion, this was proposed to be done through NICE, isn't it?
It is NICE only, no?
Okay.
And Nuance. See, for
Whichever
example, if it's a
in-queue
voice bot, you
in-queue
can't
is,
have.
oh, sorry, no, in-queue is something that is coming from any voice platform, right? Mix is a peripheral. Mix is an IVR peripheral that can work on any voice platform. So, but this in-queue routing is always on the voice platform, so it's not something Mix can do.
Hmm. That's what. So it's on NICE only. Okay.
But however, well, we say it is on NICE. If it's a voice bot, the TTS and everything will still, the intent recognition will go to Nuance, right? Say I had add a node where you will write a script. So your current wait time is X minutes, which comes from NICE. You announce that. Would you like to go over a digital channel? If the customer says yes, transfer me to digital channel, that in understanding of customer response will come from Nuance and then send it back to NICE, correct? Because it's a voice bot. So it's not only NICE, it's NICE and Nuance both will come.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
but NICE has to initiate that. Nuance can take it. NICE has to initiate that.
Absolutely.
The
So if you look at
feasibility comes from NICE. Yeah.
yeah. So we have added there we in terms of configuring additional parameters to receive during handoff, and we had to add the. So what you are saying is add the nodes in the NICE, not in Nuance. For the fourth point,
Yeah,
for first 3 points, it will
yeah,
be in Nuance.
yeah, it will be in Nuance. Yes, because that's why I asked, right? whether it's defined basis in the flow, that is in Nuance. We can take care of it. But once the call goes to queue, mix is not in the picture unless it is invoked. So based on the EWT or whatever business parameters they define, they need to provide or call the mix part at that deflection point where they were to do, and then mix can do a prompt like I can do a deflection to text. Do you want to do that? Or if they choose, we will send them an SMS link. If they don't choose, we will put them back into the queue and nice.
Makes sense. A good point, Deepak.
Yeah.
Thanks for highlighting. Farooq, can you add point number 2 in nice scope? Between 1 and 2, you will have to add one more point saying changing the nice script to identify the current queue wait time and invoke the nuance solution for digital deflection. So nuance intent for digital deflection.
Changing the nice script to identify wait time and changing.
And invoking the nuance intent for digital deflection.
Okay. Added it.
Between where did you add? I can't see on the screen.
Ravi is presenting it. I'm between
Oh,
1 and 2.
okay. Between 1 and 2, yes. And then third point will be display journey. Okay. Deepak, like this, we need you to also look at the other paths for nuance scope or anything. If we have missed out like this, we need that information also.
Okay.
Farooq, can we go to the next one, or do we want to read out the scope that we have defined for nice nuance discovery? What is guys?
I think let's go through Nuance scope first.
Okay. Farooq, do one thing when you looked at. So Ravi, go to the nuance scope and read out that, and also the customization. Take a complete row, finish it, and go to the next point.
So in the Nuance scope, there are 2 points. Update existing directed dialog IVR with the V2M modules. Second one is update the existing intent and new intent will with custom parameter for customer journey information on the agent desktop.
So basically, in this one, there is a directed dialogue. So we are saying you have to add this additional intent journey for digital deflection. And second is you have to hand off the customer context through parameters or whatever is the terminology nuance to nice ACD. So that can be used for displaying on the agent desktop. Any challenges?
With respect to voice to message, I mean, we have already discussed, like, wherein we can give offer the directed dialogue, wherein we can take the consent from the caller. But from the customer journey point of view, Dilip, you have this information clear on whether is there what Nuance scope is going to be here? Any idea?
Shouldn't be a
It is
challenge.
Dilip, is out of box agent desktop this one?
From Nice, yes, it is out of box agent desktop.
Max, nice Max.
Okay.
Okay, one question again. I had put this question. Sorry, I joined late, Arpita. So one question that I had put to Vishal on Teams, but yet to get a responses. How the data is going to be passed on from the Nuance IVR to NICE. Okay, when I'm saying data, the customer journey. If I am a caller, I'm traversing through the IVR menus. What are all the menus that I have traversed before I go to an agent where I'm again on queue and the call has to be routed to a different channel. Correct? That's the intent here. If that is the case, what are all the options that I have traversed on IVR has to be passed on to the agent. How this transformation of data CTA variable will happen is a bigger question. And Ravi, the question to you is, yesterday, did you align with Vishal on how this integration is going to happen?
So I checked with Vishal, like, how this integration from Nuance to Nuance Mix will happen, Nice to Nuance Mix will happen. So
Hmm.
since he was not having that knowledge, like this part is still black box. I mean, we need to explore it. How we can invoke the Nuance Mix application, or how we can pass on the data to CTI from the from the customer journey point of view. So that part we need to explore. I mean, we need more time from the Vishal in case to find out this information.
Okay, first thing is Vishal hasn't worked is fine. Definitely understand that. Okay, in fact, I've also put it in the teams to him. Second thing is how the data could be retrieved from IVR. First thing is if Nuance Mix is supported in NICE, okay, platform, definitely there has to be ways and means of IVR pushing this data or ACD pulling it. So I believe it is going to be IVR pushing this data. That because normally that's how
See
any integration will happen, right?
how this flow works. Like, I can give you example of Avaya. In Avaya Orchestration Designer, how this mix application will be called. There is a voice XML connector component. So application IVR application as a IVR via IVR application will call out that voice XML connector and call the mix application. And in the same manner, information from mix application will be retrieved to back to via IVR, like 16-digit account number, or further any information what has to be sent. So now information is with the Avaya that has to send to further CTI desktop or CTI. So in the same case, like, there must be a communication from NICE to Nuance Mix via voice XML connector only. And in the same manner, the response will come from Nuance to NICE, and then NICE has to send those data to CTI. This is the high level call flow actually.
Okay. No, again, for the moment, okay, again, maybe I'm just trying to think a little different. For the moment, let's leave out Nuance Mix, Nuance IVR. Within the same NICE platform, if there is a nice core engine, okay, we have a CX1 CVP or whatever, again, voice portal or a VXML application, okay, which is going to be a IVR in nice platform.
Mhm.
Still, the customer journey has to be passed on to the agents, correct? Because the
Correct.
CTA data still has to have be passed on to the agents for Max or whichever be the agent desktop to pop that information. Okay, here in native nice platform, how this integration happens between IVR to the ACD for the CTA data that we need to first understand from Vishal. Second thing is, assuming that it is just a nice is IVR being replaced by Nuance platform. It could be Nuance IVR, Nuance Mix, whatever we call. How this integration can be achieved? That portion, that clarity has to be obtained. Then only we can say yes. This is the way the customer journey can be mapped from IVR to the agent level. Okay, it could be again agent could be a voice agent which is going to be screen pop, or for any other agent. Okay, if it is a digital deflection, it could be an agent who is going to be taking it on email or even a chat agent. Then the data can at least traverse, correct? That has to be mapped, and there has to be a ways and means of exchanging this data as part of the CTA information.
Correct.
Maybe my request to you is, Ravi, again, if you could talk to him, just check with him on how it happens within the NICE platform itself, and is the same logic could be leveraged if the IVR is replaced with Nuance IVR.
Okay. Anyhow, like, the call landing will be first happen on the NICE, and from there mix, and then back to NICE, and then customer journey. This is how the flow goes. So, but we need to explore the both of the option, like, NICE to Nuance Mix, and again
Correct.
NICE to customer journey.
No, no,
So
NICE to Nuance,
Deepak,
as you said, NICE
sorry
to
to
Nuance
interrupt,
for CLI.
guys. 1 second. Vijay. Deepak, how does it work for Omilia and Nice together? Are we passing the information back to agent desktop as custom variables or something?
So yeah, it's not variables. It's like an API call from them.
So from Nuance, when we are mixed, when we want to send this similar information, do we have to build any custom API from Nuance side to send that?
Not necessarily. You can consume APIs provided by NICE. So there also in Omilia also there is a contract between the Omilia guys and the NICE guys. So it's something that we set it when the call is sent back. We set the data into that API and send it back. That's what we are. But we don't know the inner workings in our Omilia, whatever platform we are working. We don't know the inner workings because Omilia does not expose us to that. Whatever they are integrating. That level of integration level, we are only working on the bot part of it.
Because Vishal said like yesterday that we have need a API, external API, which can be called by NICE to show this data. So if that's true,
Then
NICE does not.
it is a data store. Yeah, it's a data store, and they will use some tying form of GUID or something common between the agent desktop and the IVR can pass it on to the agent desktop, and the agent will use the GUID and fetch all the data pushed by the IVR. That's something that.
So in that case, considering there are two scenarios. One, NICE gives an API which can be consumed to send data. But if that's not case, we will have to build something on one side. So can we
Correct.
get the code for the higher side of it so that we don't struggle right now? We don't have that kind of time right now to uh, do all the, while team can do exploration in the back end. Right now, let's give the higher side of efforts to build something on one side and send it, be it through custom DB or be it through internal direct exposure of the data.
Development will not take more than 15-20 days. But the thing is, like, we need to talk about it. We need to get concurrence from the customer about the underlying infrastructure. So where do we host this API? Where do we host this data? So if it is going to be cloud or if it is going to be on-prem, those things that will take. But in terms of pure technical development work, it will not take more than 20 days.
So once we create
The
this,
architecture.
yeah, once we create this architecture for one LOBs, we can reuse it even with the different ones mix implementation
Correct.
within the
It
same
should be
ACD.
common. Yeah, it should be common. It should not differ between. Only the data will differ. That we can design it in such a way like that is taken care of.
So it's a one-time effort only, Arpita. It's not.
Yeah, one time.
Okay. So, Farooq, please make this note that we will, in scope for Nuance, we will develop an API which will help us to pass the information from Nuance about customer journey to NICE CX1, which can be consumed by NICE CX1 to show on the agent desktop. And for efforts for this is how many days, Deepak? Can you repeat that once more?
20, 20.
20.
He said
So,
15 to 20. You can use 20 days or 160 hours. Yep.
yeah, we'll take
But
20 days higher side. And this is
So
one
Deepak,
time.
but
Deepak,
Deepak,
Deepak, in addition to that, uh, once we receive the data to the agent desktop, we need to pass and display the data into the agent desktop, right? Those efforts also needs to be considered, not only passing the information from
Yes,
IVR.
yes, Raj. So
That Raj is
for us,
out of the box for NICE. They will display any the moment data is available. No, that is part of the efforts that Vishal will give because it's out of the box. We are not creating
Oh,
any widget.
so is that
so
some concept of the data that will be available so that we can use the same construct? It is easier in the night side, or what is it? So how does it work?
I
Let's
didn't
say if
understand your
I'm using
question.
if I'm using some sort of JSON structure that can be that can act as a plug and play for the nice agent desktop. So I need to follow that when I am designing the middleware component for this. If not, what Raj is saying is each each key value path that I am storing in the agent desktop, they should have some sort of widget developed where it can retrieve certain keys and show the value. That's what Raj was saying. So
That's right.
usually that's how even in Finance, that's how we do.
Yeah, so
So
what I'm saying is
IVR will
in
itself,
NICE, we have already a agent widget which can display
okay,
key value pair basis on that
okay,
API data that will be sent. That is there. And the effort
okay,
to do the out of box configuration even for that. So it's a HTML pages, small, they have to say how many key values will be shown. That configuration from NICE CX1 agent desktop side will be, that efforts will be given by Vishal.
okay, okay. So
But it
and
is not like we have to
also when
write
he
a
is
new.
giving,
Yeah.
no, when he is giving that efforts, right, ask him to provide, or even if he has that now, what is the data layout or data structure they expect? They can provide that, it will be better for us.
Sure. Well, I see there are two hands raised. One is with Vijay, one is with Ravi. Go ahead, one of you guys.
Yeah, Deepak, I have a question. For the customer journey point of view, whatever the information we are going to pass, why do we need to pass that information from the speech IVR from the nuance mix? Ideally, the two operations, one is disconnection and transfer, will happen from NICE application. So ideally, when there is a transfer happen, then only we need to pass on the customer journey. So ideally, it should be from the NICE application, and there must be some APIs available based on the past experience with the Via, wherein we can pass on the information, like we are passing the data, customer journey data in the form of JSON in the Avaya also. Same would be available in the NICE. I mean, we don't need to do the integration from Nuance Mix. It should be from NICE only, right? Before transfer, actually, we need to call that API.
Ravi, NICE is a issue. NICE, they have configured their system that way that
Mhm.
you have to expose an API to them. That's what Vishal confirmed.
But end
Other
of the day,
systems have a very inbuilt, when you do Google with Cisco, with anybody else, there's parameters that can pass in JSON and that can be consumed. It's very smooth, but with CX1, it's not so smooth.
But there must be some
long.
API exposed. It must be accepting
No,
data in
Ravi,
the.
that's what.
Yeah.
Ravi, I get your point.
Mhm.
That's why we need to have Vishal. We need to clarify with Vishal. Again, for the time being, let's forget nice, sorry, nuance.
Mhm.
Even within the nice, whatever data traversal or whatever customer journey traversal within the nice IVR has to be transferred to the agent, correct, as part of CDA
Correct.
variable.
Correct.
If it is through API, okay, the same API is still going to be available for connecting with Nuance also, because NICE already supports Nuance Mix. Okay, at least to that extent we know. Okay.
It is there. It is there. Yeah, Ravi, can you open that link? I just ping you on
But-
the group chat. Yeah, it is there. They are completely.
Okay.
Okay, that is one.
Yeah.
Is
And second thing is, to answer your point, it is going to
mhm.
be a two-way. It is not just passing the customer data or customer journey in IVR to agent. Okay. It is also when the call comes in from the ACD, we need to get the CLI to the IVR also, right? So then only the IVR application will fetch all the customer information, voice out whatever information can be voiced out. All those data can be then processed. The data processing can happen in the IVR. So the CLI has to be also be transferred to the IVR. So it is a two-way communication. If it is an API, it has to be both ways. Like ACD passing the CLI to IVR and IVR passing the customer journey and other information to ACD. Correct. Again, that's my understanding. Am I right or not?
CLI again is the default parameter that will go along with the API. I think that is the mandatory parameter. Without that, API will not work. Anyway, Vijay, maybe the link which Samark has sent, I will go through. In case that API is available in the NICE, then I will let you know on that. Maybe I can discuss with Vishal also. Since due to the time constraint, like Dilip is leaving, okay, maybe he has less time. Can we
Is left.
discuss the nuance part? Maybe the gatekeeper, I think, with Dilip, or he has already left, I
Dilip
guess.
has left.
Okay, okay.
Ravi, every component has a nuance part.
Yeah,
It's a
Arpita,
joint
actually,
solution.
I discussed with them yesterday and found the slot. So I got only 30-minute slot. That is the reason I was pushing towards to discuss the nuance part first. So I'll check with him another slot. Okay. In the meantime, we can discuss the other part, uh, which we all can discuss.
Can we talk about the custom part? Okay, if there is any custom integrations, can we discuss about that one? Arpita?
Custom integration.
Yeah. So basically, we need custom database. Yeah. Go ahead, Farooq.
ICR.
Can you open up that section? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So this one I can see custom reporting, if any. For OMF, there is no custom reporting. Maybe Farooq, if for any other line of business, if there is any customer reporting for IVR or any other solution, maybe you can
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just
share the screen.
presenting. Yeah, I hope you can see the Excel sheet. So over here, for ICR, intelligent call routing, we have a requirement for custom database as well.
Okay. So the thing is, custom database will store the configuration for IVR related information, right?
So for this intelligent call routing,
Hmm.
what they want, it's more like next best action kind of situation. So when the customer is calling in based on some parameters like his demographics or his previous case history or any open cases that are active, he will be routed to the best possible agent.
Okay, so that part I need to discuss with Deepak. Okay, I think it's purely based on this. Okay, the input what I am getting from IVR, I will store it to that database, and whenever call comes to from the same customer, then I will give the inputs to the Deepak. So according to that, he will take a decision on that. So yeah, that part I understand. Even we Deepak, we will discuss with you in detail, Deepak. Okay, how we can design, how we can, what are the parameter we can store into the custom DB and all.
Sure, Raj. Sure.
Rajveer, this is
Yeah.
not only that much. This is
Hmm.
like a mini serve intuit where you are storing the customer demographics, you're storing the past interaction history, and you are creating rules on top of the fields that are stored in the system. Basis on that, you will get an output as a with skill or queue to be mapped, which you will pass it to Deepak when the call comes in.
Okay. So for me, the last interaction for the call needs to be stored into the system, and based
Not
on
only
that,
last interaction.
hmm,
First, you create just standalone DB, okay, like a mini CRM kind of a thing, where you have customer, all the past interactions and customer data, like what type of customer it is, what is the current list of tickets, XYZ. Okay. Then you have another section where there are rules for HNI customer for such kind of query. If there is any open ticket, it should be routed to this queue. Likewise, there will be rules. Then in the third step, you will have to expose API that when a nice IVR or Nuance ask you for input, which queue should I route the call to? You will look at the rules, map, go to the customer data, basis on the CLI. You will identify which rule and do a resolution, which queue I should pass this call to, or which skill should I map it to. That
I
information you will come back to. Nice. So it is current, all the not only interaction history but also the customer data.
understood. So okay, it's a combination of that. The okay customers. Okay, I got that input, Arpita. The only thing is the rule, whatever you are highlighting right now. Okay, the rule we need to discuss in that requirement session with the customer in detail.
Correct.
And based on that, we need to okay prepare a, I can say it's a small utility application, admin kind of utility application. In that utility application, we can configure the rules, and based on the flow, whatever the flow, okay, what Deepak is going to prepare, I'm going to give that input to that what flow based on that caller, right? Okay, that is I got it. Um, probably the rules, whatever you are saying, Arpita. So I'm not sure it's a 10 rules or 5 rules.
Yeah, that
Okay.
I have given as a boundary. How
10
many
rules.
rules for each of the 5 or 10? There is one pack where it is 5. There is another pack where it is 10. So not more than that. And up to say how many fields? For 10 fields, right?
10
Customer
fields.
data. So see, while we have so much customer information, at a time only 10 of those fields will be used to create one rule. I might
And
have
one
two
more.
different rules with different fields, but maximum 10 rules with 10 fields in per rule.
Okay, so the rule again, okay, it is not only okay based on that our understanding. Again, right now, as per our earlier understanding, the call flow is not finalized, right? Still under that high level understanding. So based on that, our team is giving that input. So right now we'll consider for around 20 rules, Arpita, okay, for the initial scope. And in future, if it comes, we can work on, we can add on the rules. What do you think?
I need 10 because I'm going to use the 10 to multiple LOBs, right? 10 for one, 10 for another. So I don't want 20 rules in one go. I want
Okay.
10 rules in one for one LOB and 10 rules for another LOB because that will also be overkill, right?
Okay.
And you will also have to design this DB in such a way that there is a data partitioning. Like payment CIM is a different LOB versus some other LOB. But however, this engine is or methodology or architecture remains the same, where we can reuse wherever possible.
You'll have to create some tenanting between them.
Why tenanting, Farooq?
Because they are different business entities. So like OMF is one line of business. Then there is a payment sim, which is a different line of business.
So tell me one thing, for each and every business, they will not able to see the other business data. That is what that
Yes.
structure.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I have noted down. Okay. So 10 rules. Here with the move on to the next item. I will share that efforts. Okay, post this call. Let me work it out. I have noted down the points. Next customization
Do we
opportunity.
have anything else? Farooq?
The
Oh yeah, there is a chat UI. So
chat.
Rajvil, there is a agent facing chatbot. Okay. That we need to create a UI for the chat, and also we'll have those integrated in the backend with knowledge base. So once somebody is searching, you will have to display the responses from the knowledge base. You have to get a feedback of thumbs up and thumbs down from the article and create a custom report around it.
This knowledge base APIs and all they will provide, right?
You don't have to worry of creating the chat bot. That will happen on Nuance only AI. Farooq, can you scroll down and go to I, column I for knowledge base?
Yeah.
Row number 6I. One more, slightly down further for us to see it well. Is my screen frozen? His screen frozen. Yeah. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. Zoom in.
Okay, so there is a lag. I can see it very slow. Yeah. So Raj, hope it's visible for you.
Okay.
What we have to do is, so there will be a chatbot UI you have to create with a feedback collection and a report for that. However, the actual bot creation will be on Nuance Mix. Like they will do the knowledge base integration, they will do everything. So your chatbot has to integrate with Nuance Mix directly.
Okay.
So what I'm
So
saying is like we develop a chatbot in Lex, right? Here the chatbot will be developed by Deepak in Nuance Mix. You all you have to do is create a front end UI, and this UI will be rendered into one of the custom widget within the nice agent desktop.
okay, got it. So that is our custom chatbot application will talk to their APIs, correct? So Deepak's application. So I will get the response from there.
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, done. Next.
But you understood the thumbs up, thumbs down, and the report, right? For this.
No.
So when you have a
I mean,
knowledge base responses,
mm,
there is if you look at Chat GPT also, right? The moment you get a response, there is a small thumbs up, thumbs down icon. So basically, every response we get from the chatbot, we create a utility on the chat UI to capture the feedback, whether this was a positive response or negative response. Then you create a custom report, which will eventually used by the analyst to see the how is the bot performance. So all you have to do is in the UI that you are creating in the chat, you have to ensure after every response which you display, which is coming from Nuance bot application, it has in the bottom thumbs up, thumbs down to capture the feedback.
it's for every transaction, or it is for end of the
Every
every transaction.
every transaction. So what is that
yeah.
business use case for every transaction, Arpita?
The
It
articles are
looks like
relevant or not.
okay. So I will store this information into the custom DB, and we will give the report for that one, right? That is understanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Get it. So one custom report we have discussed so far.
But with the application, it's connected to the application.
Yeah, connected to that chat application.
Yeah. And real-time agent assist, I think that's nothing from your end required. But I don't know if for agent assist again, this currently what I said for now was this chat application that you will create will render in the iframe within the agent desktop. Okay. Um, Now in the agent assist kind of environment, there will be a requirement to integrate this and get the input in real time. Like for example, contact lens rules, right? I identify some keywords and pass it to do a search. Likewise, rather than manually agent feeding, can I pass it real time to your chatbot through some API to do automatic search?
For that, we need some APIs, correct, Arpita, to pass on to
Yeah,
our chat.
APIs will be available to tell you what is the keyword that you need to search. But once the API is available, you will have to tweak your static chat UI to get a dynamic input from external source or external API to do that. So that integration will be required, Raj.
Okay, so let me check that. Okay, once we get the APIs and all, Arpita, then okay, technically it is feasible. Okay, so I can integrate. We will discuss on that once we get that API. Okay, anyway, I will factor that effort for that one also.
Okay. Ravi, where if he's there, Ravi, whatever agent assist features you are suggesting for Nuance, one of them was real-time word spotting transcription, and then we have to do a search, right? So those
Yeah,
keyword spotting, how that can be consumed by Raj to search automatically, you will have to share that details.
uh, I have not that product knowledge. Like we have Nuance wrap up and live assist. Maybe I need to check with Dilip. I don't have a knowledge on those product, but it if there is a API available, Dilip, maybe sorry, Rajwal, then you have to like call that API. You will get the keyword, and maybe you will have to expose the get API, and from nice it will be the keyword will be passed on, and then your static you GUI has to pop up that feature based on that search keyword. But
Yeah, that is what Arpita explained. Got it,
yeah,
Ravi.
so but on the API availability, I need to check with Dilip. So not sure if he has worked on this product.
Okay, then I'll wait for your update, Ravi.
Okay.
Okay, so Arpita, anything else other than custom is?
I don't believe. Scroll down, Deepak, if you have anything else. Sorry, Farooq. I think last one more widget was there, but I think that's part of a nice scope to display voice bot stuff.
And that's part of the nice code.
Okay, so these three things, Raj, from your end. We are for the last piece when we spoke about you have to write a polling mechanism every 10 seconds or 15 seconds to poll if there are new keywords spotted.
Okay.
Farooq,
That's all for the
is there any
customization.
custom reporting requirement for IVR? Because for OMF there is no. For any for other line of business, is there any requirement?
We don't have
Don't.
specific requirements, but Raj,
Mhm.
what you can do is for general, as a, if we want to develop any custom reporting as a package of 5 or 10, can a package of 5 reports, can you just give us a quote with NICE as a platform? What would be the charges? So we'll have
So
to create a
five
DB. Yeah.
five custom
Go ahead.
IVR reports, correct, Arpita?
No,
That
not
is correct.
IVR only, any custom reports on NICE.
Arpita, any okay, correct, Arpita. Any custom reports, then okay, it should not be a what four or what the 3 or 4 data source interaction. I need to pull the data. So if it is a single IVR source, I will consider okay, or not IVR source, single IVR source I will consider, single source I will consider, and based on that I will share the reports. 5 custom reports.
Single IVR and
Right?
ACD. It's a single IVR and ACD. And include, okay, consider
No, no.
3 data sources, IVR, ACD, and DFO. I think DFO, they have a segregated reporting engine. They don't have something common to consider as
So
3 data
Arpita,
sources right now.
okay, 3 data sources definitely Arpita for R&D purpose, the internal R&D purpose, I will add extra 10 to 15 days because these systems, these schemas are completely new to us. So if so, I will add okay. In addition to that, our efforts, 5 custom report efforts, I will add extra 15 days for our internal R&D or POC kind of purposes.
Sure, Raj.
And the one question, this
Yeah,
5
that's
custom
all.
reports could be
That's
in
all from
any of the
custom reports,
solutions.
right?
Sorry, am I audible?
Yeah, Vijay.
Yeah, Vijay, go on.
Yeah, my question is on the custom reports, we are just saying we will be factoring 5 reports, not necessary for IVR. It could be for any of these solution levers, correct? It could be for knowledge bot or even uh, the what is it, chatbot, anything all put
No,
together,
no.
all
So
put
we are
together.
not
It's
including the KPIs from Nuance. We have only 3 data source, NICE IVR, NICE ACD, and NICE DFO. If we want to include Nuance mix KPIs also, then we have to tell Rajwell additional 2 more data source, Nuance mix, Nuance gatekeeper. And if agent assist has a third type of reporting, then 3. So then it will become 6 different data sources.
no, I get the point. I understand. When we are saying nice IVR today, they have a mix of nice as well as nuance IVRs. Okay, two and few in Cisco also. So when it comes to IVR related reports, definitely we need to factor in for all these data sources. Correct. That's my point.
I agree,
Where
but it will become an overkill. Is only my problem. Okay, we can add nuance mix. So Raj, again, change. Farooq, you will have to drop an email to him. With this 3 plus 4th customization is on reporting. That we need 4 data sources. Will not include gatekeeper and agent assist right now. Vijay will only put nuance mix.
okay.
Okay.
Because I don't want to do overkill right now. So Raj, nuance mix is as good as Lex. You will have more than Lex related KPIs in nuance mix or GDF. Okay.
Okay. Okay. The only thing is, I need to get the capability to move the data to our custom DB, right? If they want okay,
Assuming
single
we will
source
get,
report.
we will have
Hmm.
caveats saying that share your caveats with Farooq. We will incorporate in our documentation very well that we need to ensure that APIs or access to the DBs logs is available so that we can transfer it to custom DB. Share all your caveats, Raj.
Yeah,
We will include that.
sure.
So that covers all the customization. Now, what else needs to be discussed? I'm not sure what was done when I was not there. So, Farooq, over to you.
Ravi was just, Ravi, if you can share that sheet for the efforts uh, you had
Yeah.
presented to us.
Okay. So, Pita, these are the four different bucketings, uh, which was done earlier, like based on the number of intent or number of entities or number of API count. This is the effort going to be. So we need to quantify, like if the application is large, how many integrations we have, how big the application
Before
is.
we do that, Ravi, we have multiple options in
Mhm.
even in Nuance Mix. One is related to the DTMF flow. For voice bot, there are two. One is the directed dialogue, and second is the NLU. How may I help you?
Okay,
So I believe the efforts will be different for NLU versus directed dialogue. If
correct.
that is not true, then you can give name. If it is true, then you have to tell me what will be delta difference between the
Okay,
two.
so you may consider this as a DTA directed dialogue effort. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
additionally, what
And it,
conversational point of view the effort is going to be, maybe I will add up, I will talk to a developer and see how much effort we can add. Okay, because in the open dialogue we may have more like samples, so those all samples we have to go initially by maybe 50 samples, we can say 50 sample initially we can add up. Later on, like during the tuning cycle we identify we have to add more samples, so that will come in the tuning part, but we have to go by the ballpark figure, like for conversational design 50 samples or 60 samples per intent we have to go. Okay, so I will add up that effort and we'll share that. This you can assume it as a like directed dialogue. Okay.
Okay. So you will give me for other one. Second, you will have to give me two types of bot. One is
Mhm.
customer facing bot. Second will be
agent facing.
agent knowledge bot.
Okay, so
Because the
from
difference between the two
hmm,
is also about the backend FAQs, the number of what do you say,
the
knowledge
intent,
base
yeah,
integrations.
the intent will vary from customer as a like first point.
Intent is
The
okay that you count, create
hmm,
10 intents or 15. That is not a problem. There are two major differences. One, it will not have. So one will be the UI itself. When you have a chatbot which is customer facing, you'll have a lot of flashcards or response cards, right? You can click those rather than entering yes. I can click yes or no.
okay,
I can click a complaint, service request, or inquiry. So there will be a UI component when it is a customer facing, versus when it is internal, it will not have so much UI, but it will have a knowledge, multiple knowledge base integrations, FAQ upload. So it will be simpler bot. Internal bot will be simpler.
mhm. I'll check with Deepak and the also the
Yeah,
developer. Like in case from the flashcard point of view, if in case we need to add that as well, then how much time we need to add further. I'll check with that.
yeah.
I may need to check with Dilip as well. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. So you just make a note that you need to give me voice bot, conversational flow, knowledge bot, and for each intent, for each intent 10 hours. So in knowledge, chatbot also can be similar to voice bot or directed dialogue that you have
The
now.
effort
You
is
will
going
have
to be the same.
APIs.
The effort is going to be the same. The only thing is application will be different for chatbot and voice bot.
Yeah, because here you have given
Channel.
per intent and above you have given me small, medium, large.
Yeah, yeah. In the same case, so similar effort you can consider for chatbot as well. Maybe just allow me some time. I will check with the developer and I can add the conversational part also. See, if I talk about chatbot or voice bot, there are two channels in the mix. Okay, voice and chat. So rest of the part is almost same. Additionally, I need to check that flashcard how we can add. What is the additional effort going to be for the chatbot? That I need to check.
Okay, and what about the languages? Say, for example, this is considering three languages given a linguistic person extra cost, or is it only for one language right now?
Consider this for only one language. For
So
linguistic language, maybe Spanish or Arabic or maybe other language, we need to find out the linguistic expert who can help us in designing the
that's
dialogues.
fine. You have to give me if there are three languages, what will be delta cost from the developer side of yours to add those other two languages, right? Linguistic
Okay.
person anyways will be at a different cost. You have to tell me for each language how many days we have to consider from linguistic person also.
Okay.
So add one
Okay.
more column where you give me the efforts for per language linguistic for small, medium, large. What will be that?
Okay. Fine.
What else? So I think then once Ravi and Deepak request you both to look at this Excel. Please tell us any assumptions or caveats which needs to be added more, which we must have forgotten or missed out.
So Apita, just to highlight, this effort is only related to nuance mix. Nuance mix. Okay. So any integration from nice to nuance mix that requires additional effort, that part need to explore. Maybe I'll work with Vishal on that. And further, like we are talking about customer journey, because it's a single solution, right? IVR, if call will be initiated from IVR, it will go to nuance mix, then further goes back to nice. Call transfer happen, customer journey will get displayed. So those all part we need to still explore, and the effort will be added based on that. I'll check with Vishal, what is the high level effort for that. Okay.
Okay, but can you create some whatever you are not including? Also, give me that list of non-inclusions.
So maybe I'll work on the sheet. I will give you the
Yeah,
assumption. Okay. What is
yeah,
my assumption based on the call flow? What all option will be considered and prerequisite as well? What all prerequisite
absolutely.
from my side I can add up? Okay. Any further information you want me to add, I can add that as well. Maybe you can suggest.
No, I think I already shared my details,
See the
which I
point
expect.
is, yeah, the point is it will take some time to pull out the information for one LOB. For later LOB, it will be easy. We can replicate.
But I don't think you are doing it LOB wise anymore. You are giving me these packages. I will map these packages to LOB. You are
This is
giving
the
me on this.
this is the one package I would say. If I consider this OMF, I created a snippet sheet wherein I came to know like we have total 8 option based on the call flow, and out of which 4 are the direct transfer, 4 again wherein we have further submenus, but out of which only 2 call flow, only 2 option we have APIs, self-service, but APIs are not clear, are not mentioned in the call flow or maybe in the document that we need to still explore. Maybe I can put some effort against those API, like discovery on those API, if and further effort on if there is a existing IVR call flow, there is already intent given. What is the additional effort to take to discover the existing intent? We have to go through the existing application as well, right? So those all additional effort, I can create a column. I can put a ballpark figure as an estimation. Like it may take like 10 days, 15 days, or whatever the time it would take based on the call flow, right?
See, I think yeah, this is
Because
and I
as
would
a
just want to reduce your work a little bit. What I would want you to do is
Mhm,
what you are doing already is great. You're creating packages, small, medium, complex with some numbers. That
mhm.
number needs to be aligned with our number assumptions, which is 5, 10, 15.
Okay,
With respect to discovery, whether it's a single flow or two flow or three flows, you have to give me per flow. I will multiply into 3.
okay. This is per flow.
So
Let's suppose you can
yeah,
add
this is per
two,
flow. So
three.
you
Yeah.
if there are 3 flows, I'll multiply it by 3. So
Okay.
likewise, we can do it. So that will be very helpful. So you don't have to, if you create those
Then
packages are ready, I think then this will be sorted out.
then
Then
I'll give you
Vijay
sure. Then
from
I will give you
pre-sales will help.
bucketing. Then I will give you this
Yeah,
bucketing maybe. Yeah.
but this Excel sheet will help you to create the right buckets and not underestimate or overestimate.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, Vijay, this will be helpful, right? In interest of time also, when Ravi gives us a more relevant buckets, Farooq and Vijay from pre-sales will, multiply it for each sub LOBs and create the final.
Got it. This is fine. Yep.
But Ravi, you did an excellent job in calling out every nitty-gritty right there and giving the efforts for each of these activities which you are still working on. I really like the work. Please continue to do that. So don't worry about multiplying into OMF versus different LOB wise. That we will do. Just help us with creating the right buckets for each solution components, so
Okay.
that what the idea is, customer will say, if I am going to take VoiceBot from you and I implement VoiceBot across all the solution, how will the timelines look like?
Okay.
But
Okay.
for that, we will use for each of these LOBs, what are the buckets which are relevant for these LOBs, we'll fit in there and then create something.
Fine. Fine.
So
Fine.
there is a lot of slicing and dicing which will happen. So more modular information you give, more easier it will for us to add it up.
Sure, Harpita. Sure. Sure.
Okay, I'm good. Nothing else from my side. Vijay, the only dependency now is from NICE perspective. We need. So Raja pinged me in the morning.
Mhm.
Setu had asked him to talk to me. So I explained him that his how is his help required, how we can guide Vishal. And I asked Vishal to share the details, but I think Vishal is busy.
Mm.
So you need to just get that thread also going. Just like this call, we can have another call with Rajwil, Raja, and Vishal and close.
Sure, Arpita. Got you. I'll talk to Vishal because right now he's totally on customer meetings and he's presenting his screen. So I'll connect with him later to align a time along with Raja and you and Prajabin for the discussion.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not around, Farooq will be there.
Yeah, got it.
Because today evening I have a packed schedule. So
Got it.
thank you, everyone. Good
Thank
job,
you.
Thank,
Ravi. Thanks.
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Harpita.
Thanks, Ravi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.